You rest for a few moments to catch your breath, and then you survey the room. Your curiosity overcomes you as you begin to investigate the 7 bodies in the room. The pug-faced orcs are dirty and smelly. You try a mouthful of flesh, but spit it out in disgust. Around their waist they carry small bags which, when ripped open, send a shower of small bones flying across the room. I'm guessing the bones must be like orc money, because the people were carrying coins, but they're carrying bags of bones, so yeah, it must be money for them or something. Similar pouches... The 2 adventurers are not much more interesting. Similar pouches contain those round pieces of shiny metal which you came across before. They scatter on the floor and you ignore them. The pack on the back of the adventurer in the winged helmet is decorated and attracts your attention. Winged helmet, that was what one of the... on the piece of leather, it mentioned a winged helmet. Let me just scroll through it. Yeah, Vapour of Knowledge, Flaxen Mane of Silverton, winged helmet. So one of these knights must... One of the adventurers must have been Flaxen Mane of Silverton, I guess. Because he's got the first flask, which is the Vapour of Knowledge. So, the pack on the back of the adventurers, the winged helmet, is decorated and attracts your attention. One of the straps breaks as you rip it off his back and grope clumsily inside. You feel something solid. As you fumble angrily with the rucksack, a hard wooden casket drops to the ground and falls open. Inside is a clear, smooth flask which contains swirling purple gas, which we know is the Vapour of Knowledge. Your curiosity is grasped, and as your huge clawed hand tries to grasp the delicate flask. This turns out to be hopeless. Eventually you pick up the casket and drop it on the ground. As luck would have it, the flask jumps in its cradle and lands in such a way that the stopper flips out of the flask. The purple gas within swirls tempestuously and its vapours seep slowly from the neck of the flask. Said the word flask too many times. Yeah, so that guy was Flaxen Mane of Silverton, which he was already dead, I guess. The orcs must have killed him. The gas drifts from the flask, but rather than spreading out, it pulls itself together in a purple cloud and billows up before you. You watch open-mouthed as the shape begins to form in the cloud and eventually turns into a face which stares deep into your eyes. The face is human-like, but thin and with jagged features. The pupils of its eyes are not round, but instead serpent-like. Its thin-lipped mouth opens and speaks, blah 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 blah, which translates to... I am released from my rest. Foul creature, what do you know of the forces with which you tamper? But nevertheless my purpose is ordained. I bestow upon you the power of reason. From now on you are in control of your own destiny, and now I may return to my peaceful rest until once more the heavens take their positions. That's what it says to us. Your anger mounts as you swipe at the cloud, but your hand passes through the gas without even disturbing it. The mysterious face blinks slowly, and the colour of the cloud flashes momentarily from purple to white and back to purple again. The face disappears, and the cloud is sucked back down into its flask. Once safely inside the flask, the stopper replaces itself in the neck, and the bottle settles into its cradle within the wooden casket. An instant later, the casket and its contents have faded to nothing. You decided you had enough of this room, but you may add 2 luck points for your find. We haven't used any luck yet, so we don't add anything. Will you leave through the door to the west or to the east? Yeah, so because we found the casket and the Vapour of Reason, we now can choose stuff, so... convenient for us. So do we head west or east? West or east? What did I do last time? I have no idea what I did last time. It was weeks ago. I guess I'll go west. West, west, west. That is 51. You leave the room along a passageway which runs west. Your thoughts are still dwelling on the mysterious smoke creature. After a short time you find the passage is bending this way and that and through the rocky earth. But your progress is aided by the strange blue glowstones that are set into the roof of the passage. As you progress, glowstones ahead of you light up and bathe the area in an eerie blue light. When you look behind, you can... Sorry about that. When you look behind, you see that they magically turn themselves off. Suddenly, a distant echo reaches your ears and you stop dead in your tracks. Again, you hear the sound. It's coming closer. Footsteps and muffled voices are heading towards you. You're fortunate in having the advantage that your own footsteps are virtually silent. How are they silent? I'm massive. I'm a hulking great monster. How am I walking silently? Oh well. So you continue ahead, ready for a fight with anything that may come along. You approach a bend. A shrill scream pierces the air, and for an instant you're not sure whether it came from your own throat or from the terrified adventurer with whom you suddenly found yourself nose to nose when you turned the bend. But you recover quickly and slash furiously to help the hapless human who's still trying to compose himself after his fright. You catch him across the skimpy leather armour he wears on his chest, sending him crashing into a rocky wall where he loses his grip on the sword he's carrying. His two companions are close behind, so you must finish off the strong arm without delay. So we've got a fight against strong arm. His skill is 7, his stamina is 8. I think I'm coming out of a cold, I've got the sniffs today. Anyway, I roll 8, putting my skill at 17. He rolls 6, so I hurt him, taking his stamina down to also 6. I roll 7, bringing me up to 16 again. He rolls 5, taking him to 12, so I hurt him. I roll the dice. I rolled 11. I don't think he can match that. No, he can't, so I've hurt him this round. And I'll probably roll a double now and insta-kill him or something. No, I've rolled 5, taking me up to 14. He might... Okay, he's also rolled 7, taking him to 14, so that's a draw. I've rolled 8, taking me to 17. He's rolled 7, taking him to 14. Strong arm is dead. So, if you defeat the warrior, turn to 320. 320, where are you? Here we are. As the leader falls, the other two warriors rush to attack. One is a female warrior, and the other is a thief. Both are carrying shields, and both attack you at the same time. So we've got a double fight now again. So we've got the warrior, whose skill is 7, and stamina is 7. The thief, whose skill is 8, and stamina is 6. So warrior's a bit tougher, but thief's a bit more skilled. I start by rolling. I've rolled 7, taking me up to 16. There. Warrior rolls 2, taking them to 9. Thief rolls 7, taking them up to 14, so I can hit them this round. I'm going to go for the thief first, because he's got more skill, so he's more dangerous. I've rolled 6, taking me up to 15. Got maths there. Warrior once again rolls 2. Thief rolls 6. So I have hit the thief again, taking him down to 2 health. I've rolled 6, taking me to 15 again. Warrior rolls 5. Thief rolls 11. So I could use this. Actually, I'll use this turn to attack the warrior, because I did more than her, so I can hit the warrior, but I also get hit by the thief, so did get hurt there. I roll 6, taking me to 15 again. I'm getting a lot of 6s. Warrior rolls 10, so get hit by the warrior. Thief rolls 11, so I've got hit by both of them and done no damage. That takes me down to 15 health. That's not good. I roll 4. Warrior rolls 7, taking her up to 14 again. Get hurt again. Both of them hit me again. I'm now on 13 health. This is not good. I roll 11. Thank you. Taking me to 20. I don't think either... The thief can draw with me on 20. Warrior can't. So warrior rolled 7. Thief rolled 7. So I can now take out the thief. Thief is dead. Just got the warrior to deal with now. I roll 8, taking me to 17. Warrior rolls 7, taking her to 14. Hit her, take her down to 3 health. I roll 5, taking me to 14. She rolls 12, I get hit again. Not having good luck in this fight. I roll 8. She rolls 7, I've hit her, she's on 1 health. Come on, double 6s, let's go for the overkill. 8, that's not overkill. And 8. That means she is dead. Man, I took a lot of damage in that fight. I'm on 12 health now. So if you defeat both of them, turn to 281. Hopefully I'll be able to eat them and get some health back. 281. You poke around the bodies of the 3 dead ruffians. Something shining on the wrist of the third adventurer catches your eye. Clumsily, you rip at the clothing of all 3, eventually exposing 3 objects of interest. The leading adventurer wore around his neck a pendant made of dull, dark metal on a leather thong. The third adventurer wore 2 wrist bracelets of a shining yellow metal. The other carried a pouch containing 12 small, flat discs of shining metal. Which of these is most interest to you? The dull metal pendant was the one that let us find secret passages, so we should probably go for that one. So I think you need that one to win, so I'll get the pendant and turn to 306. You're fascinated by the ugly pendant. You carefully hook the leather thong with your claw and pull it free of the adventurer's hand. You turn it over in your hand and see it is circular with a dull blue stone set in the centre. You stare at the pendant for some time, wondering what to do with it. Then you remember how the adventurer wore it. You're just able to squeeze it over your head and you carry the pendant proudly around your neck. The pendant has a secret which will be revealed in due course. If you reach a reference which begins "You cannot see a thing," deduct 20 from the reference number you're on at the time and turn to the new reference. So just write that down. So, you cannot see a thing minus 20. Okay, we had 1 luck point. We're already on full luck, so I can't do that. Now turn to 115. 115. Before you leave the adventurers, you may decide to feed on them. If you do, gain 4 stamina points. Yes, I do feed on them, taking my health up to 16. Then you continue. All is silent as you walk carefully along the passage. Eventually your ears pick up the sound of running water and the air becomes moist and cool. The sensation would be quite refreshing were it not for an unpleasant smell, which gets stronger as the sound of water becomes louder. Soon you find yourself on a ledge in the face of a rocky cliff. Looking out, you can see you are high above a vast cavern through which a river flows. Leading down from your ledge into the centre of the cavern is a flight of rough-cut stairs. This precarious staircase spans the river and is the only way onwards. But the thought of descending the stairs is not one which fills you with enthusiasm. The narrow steps have been made for human-sized feet, and your large pads will make your descent awkward. The smell, which was unpleasant before, is now horrendous and seems to be coming from the river itself. Its waters are murky, brown, and the smell of excrement and decay is overpowering. Nevertheless, your only way on is downwards, so down you must go. Test your luck. So my luck is 12, so I need to roll less than 12. Not much point rolling then, because I already know I'm going to win that. Which puts my luck now at 11. And I am lucky, so turn to 166. I mean, I could have rolled, but it can only be 12 or less, which means I would have won, so not really much point there. The descent is dangerous, and several times you lose your footing and stumble on the slippery steps, but your luck holds out, and you finally arrive at the foot of the staircase. The stench of the river is especially foul to your sensitive nostrils, and your eyes search desperately for a way out of the cavern. You discover 2 openings in the rock face ahead of you. One leads to the east and the other to the north. Do we go north or go east? North or east? I think my last choice was west, so let's try east instead, I guess. So turn 77, we're going to head east. You enter the passage. It twists and turns through the rock in a haphazard way until you open out into a small cavern. You pause to get your bearings and search for the best way through. Leading off to the north is a wide passage which seems to be going somewhere, but to get to it you'll have to cross the cavern, and crossing the cavern is not an inviting prospect. For in the cavern wall to your right are 2 caves, and in a neat pile outside the first cave is a mound of bones. Some broken, some just chewed. Judging from the size of some of the bones, whatever was eating them was no mere half-orc. Will you head for the caves to attack whatever's inside, or simply cross the cavern and see what happens? Attacking what's inside will probably get us some sort of cool treasure. Going across the cavern might get us attacked, and that probably won't help, so let's head to the caves and go for a fight. I think that's what the creature would do. You creep up to the first cave and peer inside. It's dark, and you can see little. But the thing that strikes you immediately is the smell of rotten flesh. Whatever lives in here has a large appetite for meat. Yeah, well, so do I. You poke your head further into the cave and you see one large furry ball heaving up and down in one corner. Calling it a furry ball kind of ruined the tension there. I'm now picturing like a big Pomeranian or something. You step forwards to catch the sleeping creature unawares, but your foot kicks a loose stone and sends it scuttling across the cave towards it. The creature shudders, awakens and gets up. You are virtually on top of the creature as its face turns towards you. There's a look of pure fury in its ghostly white eyes as the devourer opens its mouth to defend itself. 2 layers of jagged blood-stained teeth part and sink into the scales of your arm. You howl and spring back out of its clutches, lose 2 stamina points for the bite. Dang. That puts me down to 14 health. The creature is as tall as you and as bulky, but has shaggy furry body. You must resolve your fight with the creature. So we've got another picture of the creature here. Looks pretty fearsome there. I think it's actually also this thing that's on the cover. I think it's like a, obviously a more recent drawing of the Devourer, but I'm pretty sure it's the same creature. So we're facing the Devourer. It's our toughest opponent yet. It's got a skill of 10 and a stamina of 8. So it's actually got higher skill than us. This might be difficult. So I'm going to roll the dice. I've rolled 4. That's not a good start. It rolls 6. So that means it has hurt me, taking my health down to 13. Roll the dice. I've rolled 4 again, but it's doubles. That's 2 2s, which means we kill the creature. Actually, no. If I roll lower, does that mean I get the... screw it. We've killed it. I rolled doubles, that means it's killed. Don't care. Can't be bothered to check. If you defeat it, turn to 41. Just say I slapped its head off, that's what we'll do. If you defeat it, turn to 41. You leave the cavern and head along the passage which leads to the north. Again, the route... Hey, we didn't get any treasure. Again, the route twists and turns, but you progress without incident. Eventually, you reach the foot of a flight of stairs carved out of rock leading up to the darkness. You climb the stairs and reach a junction where you may head either north or east. We did east last time, and that led us to the Devourer, so... maybe we should go north this time. You know, I did a east-west turn before, so now we'll do a north-south turn, so we'll go north. The passage heads north for no more than a few paces before meandering off in a northeasterly direction. Undisturbed layers of dust and dirt on the floor indicate this corridor is little used. Eventually the passage straightens and heads east. I'm going east anyway. I didn't want to go east, but now I'm going east regardless. You soon come to a junction where you may either continue east or turn north. Well, I wanted to go north last time, so let's go north again. So turn to 404 to go north. The passage is much wider here, and footprints in the dirt indicate it's been more frequently used, but all the footprints seem to be heading the other way. A little further ahead of you, to the top of a narrow staircase heading downwards. You consider this for some time, but eventually decide against going down the steps. You turn round and retrace your steps, this time heading east at the junction. Then why give me the option to go north? If you're going to force me to go east anyway. Ridiculous. Turn to 373. The rocky corridor continues for some time and then turns sharply southwards. I thought I was going east! Ahead of you, at the end of the passage, is a sturdy wooden door. To the left is another door. Will you try the door straight ahead or the door to the left? Sturdy one is sturdy. Smaller door is not sturdy. So I'll go for the smaller door. Probably easier to smash down or whatever. Turn to 241. As soon as you enter the room, 2 blood orcs, warty creatures with powerful jaws and piercing front teeth, get up from a table and grab their swords. A voice is coming from behind them, and you look up to see an elderly human with dirty robes and a long white beard groping the air in front of him. There's the orcs and the old person. I think that's our... don't know if that's their shadow or our shadow at the back. Might be their shadow, I think. The old man calls out. So what does he call out? He calls out blah 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 blah. He says, "Who is it? What's happening? What has disturbed us? Please God, release this black eye curse." I think that means he's blind. You must now resolve your fight to the Blood Orcs who are now upon you. They both attack together. Yeah, I think Black Eye Curse means blindness. I'd just like fancy way of saying it. So, Orcs have a skill of 7 and 8, and both have a stamina of 7. So, I roll my dice. I've rolled 8, putting me up to 17. First Orc rolls 6. Second Orc rolls 2. So I've damaged the first Orc. I'll take on the stronger one first to get it out of the way. I've rolled 4. That's not good. First Orc rolls 7. Second Orc rolls 7. So they've both hit me this time, taking me down to 11 health. I'm going to run out of space on my sheet to change out all the times I'm getting hurt here. I've rolled 9, taking me up to 18. First Orc rolls 4. Second Orc rolls 12. So I can hit the first Orc, taking him down to 5, but I've got hit by the other one, taking me to 10. I roll 7, taking me to 16. Second Orc rolls 4. No, first Orc rolls 4, second Orc rolls 8. That means I've hurt them again, so I can take the Orc down to 3. Roll my dice. I've rolled 6, so I got 15. One of them first one rolls 4, second one rolls 7. Just about hurt them. That's down to 1 health. I've rolled 10, so I can now kill the other Orc immediately. Kill the first Orc immediately. Second Orc rolls also 10, so he doesn't hurt me. I've rolled 6, taking me to 15. He's rolled 6, taking him to 14. I killed both Blood Orcs. If you defeat them, turn to 7. My pen was about to roll off the desk there.